The music just turns me on.
It's DJ Sonic.
Ooh.
Was it much of a problem to perform on stage under that sort of weather?
Yes, it was. We were a bit nervous, you know, for a high wall for a tech.
Has Fred recovered from the cold?
Yes, she has.
Hit back.
Now I hit back.
I've heard stories of always punching somebody out. Am I right?
If they misbehave.
Yeah. What happened with you had a fight with your boyfriend on an airplane?
No, that was with the pilot. I was with the pilot.
You had a fight with the pilot?
Yes.
But I hope they were on automatic at the time. I mean,
I know. Well, this was before the plane took off, actually.
What happened?
You know. Well, it was crazy. We were going with our master tapes onto the airlines, and they wanted us to check the tapes. And I thought the tapes were too valuable to check them because luggage always gets lost. They could have a flood. You know, a bomb could go off. Yeah. I mean, you know, at least if I survive, I'll have the tapes with me. So I figure I'll take them with me. And he didn't want me to take them. So, you know, he just said, well, leave, get off the plane. So I got off and I laid on the runway.
You what?
Yeah, I just...
Who finally won?
Well, I think we ended up having a private plane.
I now gotta work on my ass a little bit. I need to do some squats.
London, the youngsters, they're sort of constantly looking for new things to do, new things to try. Because I mean, if you stay with one thing for too long a time, I mean, you just get really bored.
And going back, obviously, Spandau Ballet, one of the biggest bands, successful bands in the 80s, and it has continued. So, how did you actually get the part? Did you have to audition? Did you set up the band? How did Spandau actually, come about?
Well, what I'm doing at the moment, I'm doing a little thing every week where I say, this is the first song I ever sung in public, this is the second song. So the first song was Lady Madonna at Pontin's Holiday Camp. Forgot the words halfway through. The first time, and it's on YouTube, I think.
To cut a long story short, I lost my mind. Oh, yeah.
Andrew, do you still get on pretty well together, or did you ever get on well together? Is it just a professional partnership? Are you friends?
It took a few adaptations along the way, to get to cope with different situations. Because obviously, we never worked or been in business together. So you learn your friendship in a different sphere in that respect.
So you had a bit of publicity about having your face altered at a party or something.
Doesn't sound too good, does it?
Is it? What happened?
Oh, I chose the wrong model. Actually, it was one small step on my road to perfection.
You weren't happy with the hooter that God gave you then?
No, it became unhappy. I got a few whacks on it when I was younger, and they said, "Boy, when you're old, you'll regret it." To get it done.
But pictures of him as a baby had this perfect straight nose.
But it isn't like people in popular music to own up to the fact that they've had their nose straightened.
I think that's a problem generally, isn't it? We own up all the time.
Massive Ram fan, but if they were to make a film, like they have for Bohemian Rhapsody and the same with Elton John, who would play you, and who do you think would play George?
Well, it is a good question, and you would be in a far better position to answer that than I am. I don't go to the movies very often, and I genuinely have absolutely no idea. So you might have to put that to the audience.
Sorry, just a question right next to it. Yeah.
Hello, Andrew. I've really enjoyed it so far. Thank you. I just wanted to ask you, of the other 80s pop stars that you encountered, who are your most favourite and least favourite?
Paul Weller. Actually, I have to say that I have great admiration for the man and his music. I'm a huge fan of the Jam, and but
I hear you now. You can.
No, yeah. I would say I really admired Brian Ferry. I'm a huge Brian Ferry Roxy Music fan. I mean, obviously he spans the 70s and the 80s. But did some of I think he did some of the best stuff in the 80s, the Avalon, and I think it was an 80s album. Least, XTC I was a huge fan of, actually, so they must get a mention. They span the 2 decades. Least favourite, probably one of those daft birdie song things, I would imagine. I liked Duran Duran. I mean, some great stuff, didn't they? You know, there's got to be some Duraners in the audience, haven't there?
I'm doing fine, actually. Yes, we've been here in New York mixing the album So Red the Rose by Arcadia. In your record shop soon, please buy it. And we have been having a pretty good time.
I think most of the people here, I think, are watching Wham videos. Or Cyndi Lauper. Anybody watching Madonna?
I don't know, I think, who's the best band?
We're always interested in Madonna, aren't we? Let's face it.
But who's the best band?
Hi, Madonna. I'm from Detroit, and I'm 21.
In Florida?
Right, doing a tour in Florida. Traveling around with my crew of dancers.
How many are you in there?
There's 3 other dancers.
And what kind of, I mean, I know it's hard to describe, but...
What, the dancing?
Yeah.
Well, I sing my I have 24 track songs that I sing live to. So the music sounds a lot like the record, and I choreograph like scenarios for each of the songs. Come on, Brooke Shields.
Can you go to the right, please? And the other way. Hey.
The minute you walked in a joint, I could tell you were a man of distinction, a real big spender, good looking, so refined. Wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind? So let me get right to the point. I don't pop my cork for every guy I see. Hey, big spender, spend a little time with me. Do you want to have fun, fun, fun? How's about a few laughs, laughs, laughs? Do you want to have good times? I can show you some good times. Let me get right to the point. Yeah, Bob Fosse. Having a Bob Fosse moment.
You probably wonder what that means, right?
Well, I didn't know what pig meant. What's pig mean?
It means politeness, integrity, with a little bit of intelligence there, and grooming.
Checkered Love featured Calvin Hayes from Johnny Hates Jazz, you were saying, so it's funny to see him drumming away for you there. But you also said there was an interesting outtake from that particular video. What was that?
Well, in the shower scene, when I'm sort of looking, you know, blissfully I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking like. Brian Grant, he's such a pervert. But it was freezing cold. It was like 20 below, and I was just like shivering. I was in absolute pain. I had all my clothes on, and like
It's
I was.
going to be
like,
a clean story, is it?
Well, actually, maybe I'll just stop right
Go on.
now. The director was having a fun time watching my T-shirt. Anyway, I won't even go into that.
It's my very talented, fabulous little brother, Ricky Wilde. So this is mein fantastisch Gruppen.
They're calling you the second Madonna, which I'm sure you probably don't like, do you?
That's a compliment. I mean, I'd like to be
that's
as
good.
successful as
Yeah,
she is.
yeah.
You know, making new fans with my new music, Pieces of Me, tiffanytunes.com. Everybody check it out, please. And also, you know, the fans that have been with me for forever, 30 years now we're celebrating. So this is a really special day. Lots of love to everybody because, you know, we did it. We got the new, you know, version of I Think Rollo now out. It had to be done again at the right time.
How was it made? How long did it take you to make that video?
This last one,
Yeah.
sorry.
Don't know what she's been saying to you.
It took me a bit of 2 days.
Kershaw box, which is great. And it's got all your bits and pieces in here, everything about you. It's an interviewer's dream. That is revolting, isn't it? That looks like something that's been in my fridge for about a month. It says in here your favourite food is Indian. What we should really have done this morning is had some Indian food in.
Yes, or some Indian banana.
Soul is biting, reaching every nerve and fiber. My broken spirit is frozen to the core.
Do you see any major sort of change for you in terms of what you might be doing in the next couple of years?
I don't see one, but, you know, there's a pretty good possibility. I don't know. I'd like to think I'd still, you know, maybe be in the band or doing something, but, you know, like I said, I might be burned out. I might not be able to cut it physically anymore. I don't know.
And what will you do then? I don't know, but...
Well, I sound so ordinary to myself when I say this, because this must be the same answer that you get from anyone in a band. But, you know, I'd really like to get back into painting and doing the things that I've traveling around, things that I still want to do, and I will do if I have the time.
Huh? It's good, huh? JC, Maxine. JC, like Jesus Christ, superstar. Yeah, man, that's good. I knew it's gonna be good. I knew it.
I like it.
Of course you like it.
Uh-huh. I like the fact I look 8. He knows he's a phony. Anyone would know that if, you know, who was doing that. He's just a con artist. I like a con.
The first time you sang in public, do you remember that?
Yeah, that was about 2 years ago in a pub in Lewisham. And I was so scared, I really was. But once you're up there, it's different, you know, you just forget all about it because they're there to see you and you have to give it to them.